is only war.
Dude, I think it's just a bunch of close combat weapons.
No, it isn't. What is up, gents? Dirtbag Gaming. Wow, Dirtbag Gaming. 40k Dirtbags here. World top 40k player, number 5 in the world right now, and a Recon Marine, Keevil, bringing us some battle reports for the Dirtbag Nation. Me and Keevil just played a live battle report for our YouTube members on Monday. That game was probably one of the funnest games I've had in a very, very long time. So go check out that live stream. It was just an awesome game. Very close at the end. But we're running a fun list with Death Guard. I think Taliban Summoners has play in 11th edition, and we're testing it out. We're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're running the Plague Bearer spam, 5 units. So yeah, let's go over that. We're gonna go over the list. We're gonna go over picture by or video by video because it was actually a live stream. I'm gonna be doing these types of videos for our members and Patreons specifically in the near future. So if you guys want to support the channel and get these like tactical videos, 20-30 minutes up specifically for you guys, head over to the members and Patreon page. If you guys are Patreons, you get competitive and Grandmaster Patreons. We get to message us one-on-one and actually go over list ideas and reviews and stuff like that. We were #1 Death Guard player in the world last year, so we love the competitive and everything about Death Guard. So if you guys want that coach, get that professional coach in your corner by joining Patreon. And if you guys are members, you get these videos ahead of time on YouTube. So check out also the description below with the merch. Keevil just finished his book, which we mentioned in the video as well. But that book is up on Amazon for digital release and paperback release. If you guys are interested in that, it's a sick book. It's going to be a 3-part series, so go check that out. Support us over there. But also these logos on the t-shirts. So also the backwards hats. We got those up on the merch store below. So let's get into the lists. And then we'll get over the battle report with me versus Keevil, Space Marines, Salamanders versus Death Guard, Taliban. Guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any of the links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. All right, so we are upgrading the video. This was at his place, which we're trying to make a second battle bunker. So I have my videos at my place, and then he's doing his videos at his place. So we're gonna have like double the amount of content coming up in 2026. So we're upgrading this picture because this is the first time I've seen this. This is the Mevo camera, which I used for my live streams at the store. So we're gonna upgrade to the camera I have at my house for our live streams, which is just so clear. So that we're ordering today. So that's going to be updated for the future. So we're basically going to be doubling the content with the battle reports and getting a lot of Space Marine content out there on Keevil's side. So this is the mission. We are playing Taliban Summoners versus Salamanders. I'm doing Disruption, he's doing Purge the Foe. So his mission actually was really easy into Disruption. He basically has to control his expansion and then kill one of his targets, one of his 3 targets that either killed one of his units on an objective, or if none of those can be suffice, he just picks 3 units that, you know, if they leave, you get points. So 5 points for killing a unit and 4 points for holding the expansion objective. So fucking easy 9 points every single turn, which is kind of nuts. Me, I get 2 points for every unit I kill, and 4 points if I control the expansion objective, and then 3 points if I control the center objective at the end of my turn. So it's kind of an easy one for me as well, because I just have to control my expansion in my command phase and then take the center at the end of my turn while killing something. That's essentially my points. So my list, guys, you guys are probably wondering, it's going to be a big green and clean one, which after this game I definitely would deep strike him in instead of starting him on the table. I started him on the table because I wanted him to just be a kind of tank in the center, but getting that 7-inch charge would have been a lot easier on turn 2 rather than me trying to move out and make that like 9-inch charge. So I'm definitely going to put him in deep strike next time. But he's got the Entropic Knell, which everything within 6 inches in the command phase is a -1 battle shock step test if you're below starting strength. So he kind of runs forward, gets in the middle of a bunch of units, does a bunch of damage to a bunch of units around him, and then in his command phase, it's -1 leadership for Battle Shock. Battle Shock is insane 11th edition, so having that on this guy on a big base, awesome. Then you can stack that with the Plague Marines right next to him, which has the Malignant Plaguecaster with the 12-inch leadership bubble for demons, where if they pass a battle shock step, they get to heal, and if they're battle line, they get to bring back D3 models. So I want to test also the bell with that guy instead of the sword, because if I have the bell, I could kill a unit and then bring a unit back within the plague bearers. So let's say I have a plague bearer unit down to 3 or something. If they pass the battle shock step, I can bring back D3, and then if he kills somebody in the fight phase, I can bring back more of models. So that's something to test out in the future. But it's a Malignant Plaguecaster with 7 Plague Marines, all of them kitted out with the weapons, and I have the bolt gun with the -1 or icon. So that stacks with the Entropic Knell if they're nearby each other. Then I have a Death Shroud unit with the Lord of Virulence, who also has the -1 aura. So you can basically stack all 3 of those in the command phase to try and really fuck up their leadership tests. The Lord of Virulence has the Beckoning Blight, which then if you come down, I can then deep strike demons within 12 inches, outside 6 inches of my opponent. So on the charge, the Plague Bearers have +1 to charge, so they can charge in on a 6 compared to a 7. The Lord of Virulence with the Death Shroud need a 7 on the charge, but it is what it is. So he's in deep strike. I have a unit of spawn for the Scout 6. I have a 6-man Nurgling unit, because having a strat that can bring back a full 6-man Nurgling unit is so good, it's hard not to bring them. I have a 3-man Nurgling in reserves, so that way I can rapid within 6 if needed to stop a charge, because this is the only detachment that can basically rapid within 6, because Beckoning Blight means anytime a unit comes in from deep strike, you can deep strike outside 6 inches of your opponent. So basically you can rapid ingress within 6, which is nuts. I have a Heavy Blight Launcher down here, a Heavy Blight Launcher over here. I have 1 Plague Bearer unit here, 1 Poxwalker unit infiltrating up here, 1 Plague Bearer unit here, a Tallyman on my home field objective behind my head. And that's it. And then I have 3 units of Plague Bearers in reserves. I have Typhus solo, which I love, in reserves, because he can come down, do his mortal wounds, and action. So that helps him stop from being hidden. So he's hidden still after he does his mortal wounds and does an action. So really good combo. 3 Plague Bearers, Lord of Virulence, Death Shroud, Typhus, and a 3-man unit of Nurglings in reserves. So we end up going first. So our first, we scout forward. So we scout, his list, sorry. Salamander's list, he's got a big 10-man gun unit with the Librarian. He's running Librarian, where like it's a 4 unbiddable saves, +1 to hit, or full rerolls to hit with Oath, +1 to wound, reroll wounds against the Oath target with Dev. That unit is just insane and so undercosted. He's got the infiltrating reactive move Sergeant here. He's got a Land Raider Redeemer here with another Librarian and another 10-man guard unit. I think it's the same unit inside there. He's got the Land Speeder that can move, shoot, move. The other Land Speeder that can take away cover, which was really good in 11th edition. He's got the Salamander Commander group with... what's the Salamander name? The Commander. Vulcan. So he's got Vulcan there. He's got the big battle tank here, toughness 12. He's got a little trike here with 8 wounds. And he's got the Melta dudes with the Tech Priest or the Apothecary inside this transport. So... basically, they can get out, advance, shoot, +1 strength within 12 inches, full rerolls to hit, wound, and damage against monsters and vehicles. It's just a scary fucking unit. Then he's got the sticky intercessors back here. He's got the no deep strike 12-inch guys right here. And this unit has uppy downy. And he's got scouts up here. So that's his list. Pretty strong list. We go first, so we want to kind of get our Nurglings into combat with the scouts, and then I want to use the 1 CP strat for them to do a battle shock test. If they fail it, or a leadership test, if they fail it, they're stuck in combat. So that way I have my Nurglings kind of like in that terrain feature, just super annoying. So that way I can just keep whittling them down on that terrain feature. So that's a really good strat in this detachment, but it doesn't really work unless I have leadership debuffs. So that was kind of a mistake. Starting off was I didn't have anything to debuff on this side of the table. So I don't know if I should have started my Nurglings here, because he could have just moved up his Land Raider to here and then flamered all my Nurglings, which would have been bad, because 2 damage flamers just melt Nurglings. But I want them to basically die so that way I can bring them back for 1 CP and 6-inch deep strike them near my Lord of Virulence. So we go first. We scout move up our spawn. We then move up our Nurglings. So scout move and then move 8. I'm staying outside of reactive move, so I'm staying right outside 8 inches of this lieutenant. So that way he can't react the move. So if I roll a 9, I can charge him, and if I don't roll a 9, I can charge into the scouts. So I move up my Nurglings. They're able to go through walls now, thanks to Phil. They could charge in, and then if the spawn don't roll a 9, I can charge them into the scouts, and then I'll have 2 units going into the scouts. Probably kill the scouts. I'll get 2 points if I kill them, and this guy stays behind cover. These guys tag the point up here. These guys run forward and put a couple more OBSEC on this point up here. Everybody else stays where they are. So I'm staying behind cover. I'm just putting models out on this objective. If he runs his tank up and his trike, he can't out OC me on this point. That was the goal. And then I make this back one sticky. Tallyman does not get me a CP. And then I roll my charges. So the spawn actually roll a 9. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I charge into this guy. I pick the -1 armor debuff for Death Guard. So I go into the dude and I roll like a ton of 4s, and then I wound on 3s. I roll a ton of 3s. It's AP 2 damage. So they just fucking murder this guy turn 1, which was insane. So I think we realized that this guy should not be that close. I think if he wants to get to the center objective, he can kind of like start maybe over here and then run to the center, or move up and do an action on the center. So he doesn't have to be that close, especially to a scouting spawn unit. So that's what we realized. These guys ran to the center, so I put 6 objective or 6 OC on the center as well. So that got me 3 points for controlling the center. And then these guys made the charge into the dudes over here. After I charged in, I consolidated onto the Land Raider to keep him in its place, so that that way the Land Raider can't get to the center and out OC me, as well as shoot my guys to death. So we tag the vehicle. He can't consolidate because I based him. And that was my turn 1. So really, really good turn 1 starting off. I didn't really sacrifice any units besides the spawn and maybe Nurglings. I kill all but 3 scouts down here, and I pass turn. So his turn, he moves up his tank to not be shot at the top there. The bike runs forward and gets onto the point over here. Again, he can't out OC me. This is the funniest part of the video. So land speeder moves up, this guy moves up, these guys run forward to screen out the Lord of Virulence. So these guys have no deep strike within 12, which is really good into Death Guard. Land Raider desperate escapes back here. He spends a CP, realizing after the fact that you can't fall back and shoot with vehicles, it's only infantry. So he shoots the Land Raider into the Nurglings and finishes them off, but instead he takes that back, and I put my 2 Nurglings back in place because we found that out after the fact. But all these guys do move up. Scouts pass their leadership test, so they're able to fall back. All these guys murder the Nurglings down here, take me down to 2 Nurglings, and then the Land Raider was going to finish me off, but he fell back. So he fell back through my guys, didn't take any desperate escape, or didn't take any fail desperate escape tests. Vulcan moves up. Vulcan basically just planning to murder the spawn. Me and him think that it's going to happen. Then we get to rolling. So after the charge of this, we charge in, and this is where we start just fucking dying laughing.
All right.
Bitch.
2s.
So hitting on 2s.
And then what's their toughness?
7.
Damn, 5s. 1.
1 back to you. AP a lot.
2.
6.
2 damage.
5s. Yay.
I make the 5s.
You're good?
Fuck Vulcan.
Shit, dude.
Vulcan did nothing.
Like shit.
That's not good. All right, let's go. Mastercrafted power weapon. 2s. What abilities these guys have?
So
Just -1 to wound, +1 OC. Okay, 2s.
hitting on 2s.
2s. We're good. Wounding on 5s.
Winning on
This
fives.
is not good.
D7.
Yeah. Oh my god. I should not be here right now. This is not happening.
Dude, if they live, oh my
These
god.
guys suck.
You're gonna get everybody in contagion. I'm gonna fucking move these guys up and land back here and just fuck up this 10-man unit.
Yeah. God, what a bunch of losers.
What a bunch of bitches.
This is funny.
God,
Dude, I think it's just a bunch of close combat weapons.
no, it isn't. You whiffed on everything good.
Dude, I didn't even look at the profile.
You're like, Vulcan's probably strength 12. AP 7.
Dude, he sucks.
9 damage.
So that's basically what happened. I was on the floor like fucking crying when he said all I have are close combat weapons left. Like it was not good. So basically he should have just shot the tank into him, which we just didn't do. He should have shot the land speeder in, which we didn't do. He should have he had so many shots to kill these spawn, which we just didn't think about. He's like, all right, Vulcan's just gonna one shot these guys, which I thought too. But winning on 5s is not very good, especially against a unit that's not oathed. So yeah, we learned our lesson there. And these guys actually live. I fight back and I kill one of these guys in combat, and then I'm able to just kind of like desperate escape and just walk through them and put everything back here into contagion range. So that was fucking hilarious. Go watch the live stream. It was super fun. But yeah, let's get into... After this turn, I then start planning out. This is the longest part of the game because in Death Guard, you have to make sure that your Lord of Contagion or your Lord of Virulence and Death Shock come down in a key spot that they're going to be able to make the charge or do something next turn. And with Beckoning Blight, I need to bring him in and then deep strike the demons within 12 inches of him. So this turn specifically takes longer because you have to plan out where they're going to be most effective. So my goal this turn is, since the Land Raider's far forward, he's taken 1 wound so far, I want to try and be able to just put everything in the Land Raider and take that Flamer off the table as soon as possible. So we line up everything to the Land Raider. So both of these guys, the Heavy Blight Launcher, both line up in the Land Raider. He actually moves up here, so the Blade Launcher moves up 10 here. I want to use him as a tank shock if needed. The Nurglings, I spend 1 CP to auto-pass the Nurglings, so that way I can spend a CP when they die to bring them back and put them into reserves. But my dumbass doesn't have any more CP after the tank shock. So when I charge the Nurglings and then consolidate into the 10-man group to try and keep them on the table, his guys are able to pile in and attack me. Well, me not realizing how many fucking attacks they have, he just nukes the Nurglings without me having any CP. So my plan to basically have them pass Battle Shock automatically and then res them next turn just failed miserably. So that fucking sucked. That was the worst play I had all game. So yeah, that was dumb. These guys stay where they are. I think I move them up to try and charge this little vehicle over here. I keep my Poxwalkers there the entire game. They literally don't move. Tallyman gets me a CP this turn. This guy moves up in play. He wants to try and charge the Land Raider to try and help out as well. These guys move up and keep everybody within 12 inches, so that way if any of them die, I can res them back on a leadership test. The Beckoning Blight, I move up these guys to put Contagion, and these guys are already in Contagion from the vehicle. So I have everybody over here in Contagion. So I have any choice where to put my Lord of Virulence. I can put them back here and just try to make the 11-inch charge or the 7-inch charge. But if I don't, they're there and they're probably just going to die. If I do, well, I can probably charge and kill them. They have a 4 invuln save. I can whiff, right? And now they can just fall back and shoot me. So I wanted him in a more aggressive position for my demons. And I also didn't want to be overwatched. Keevil let me know, like, hey, I can overwatch you. I'm like, oh, good call. So I put them behind this little terrain feature, which is still within 7-inch charge of the thing. And Beckoning Blade is right there, so I can try and deep strike my demons over here to get that charge and steal the primary. I can deep strike my other demons over here to charge and put more into the Land Raider. So that's what I start setting up right here. So these guys are here. I deep strike 2 10-man units over here. And I keep the last third one in reserves because I want them for rapid ingressing to try and steal an objective. So after all the shooting, we shoot a bunch into this Land Raider, whittle it down to like maybe 7 or 8. Might be 12. I will it down a lot with the 3 damage because it's AP 3 with the -1 AP, and he doesn't get cover anymore. So I shoot this thing into there. He doesn't get cover because I can see the whole body. I have rerolls because I did put this guy, the Lord of Aliens, down here to see the Land Raider, and I'm within 12. Sorry, I'm outside of 12, so I'm 12.1 away, so he can't overwatch me, and I can see him, so I can target him and do the full rerolls against blast weapons. So full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to hit. I put my 3 Nurglings down right here as well to try and charge in to screen off. And after all the shooting, we charge in everything. So I charge in the Plague Bearers. And I think it froze right there. So I charge in the Plague Bearers. They make their charge. I charge in the Nurglings. They make their charge. I charge in this guy. Needs an 8 or a 9. He fails his charge. And then I charge in the 7 on the Death Shroud, and they make their charge. So they charge in. I think I spent a CP to reroll it. They charge in. This guy charges in tank shocks. And these guys fail their charge. These guys fail their charge. So they need a 6 to charge. They fail. They need a 6 to charge. They fail. Nurglings charge in. So I made all the charges but these 2 guys and the big guy, which would have been so much easier. Typhus came down here, did like 1 mortal wound to the Land Raider, which sucked. They made their charge up there. So we're in a pretty good spot right now. We charge in the Land Raider. I want to kill the Land Raider before the Death Shroud go, because if the Death Shroud go, they can second pile in into the guys inside. So I charge in, tank shock, do actually 4 mortal wounds with the tank shock. And then the Plague Bearers do, I think, another 2 mortal wounds. And then either the Plague Bearers or the Nurglings do the last mortal wound, or the last wound to kill the Land Raider. Land Raider's on 1. I was like, hold on, I got Nurglings. So Nurglings roll like 4 lethals, and then 1 more 6 to wound. So I hand him 5 saves. He has a 3-up save with the AP 1, and he fails 1. So finally, he doesn't have any CP. He fails it. The Nurglings killed it. They then get out of the Land Raider. And then I'm able to second pile in with the Death Shroud, and I get 3 Death Shroud. Lord of Virulence is still out. I get 3 Death Shroud into the Librarian group, and I kill, I believe, 5 of the models, either 5 or 7. I think I killed 7 because there's only 4 left. 1, 2, 3. No, I killed 5. 1 died from the explosion, so there's 2, 4, 5 left. An 11-man group. Yeah, so I killed 5. And then I consolidate everything onto the point. I did tag this other unit of Space Marines that have the no deep strike within 12. So I got them in combat. And my goal this turn is to, again, spend the CP to have him do a leadership test so that way he can't fall back. Well, my mistake was this unit right here is not engaged in the Death Shroud. So if he falls back this unit and passes his 7-up leadership test, then he can shoot my Death Shroud. If both of these guys were in combat with the Death Shroud, which is what you want to try and do, then both of them would have to pass a 7-up to fall back to then shoot the Death Shroud. So in this case, only one of them has to pass. So I spend the CP on the Plague Bearers, who's in combat with both of them. He's -1 leadership because of the icon in the Death Shroud. And then he rolls. So he rolls a 7+. Librarian falls back. Now he can shoot the Death Shroud. The other unit also rolls a 7+. They fall back. So I'm like, fuck, what's the point of this stratagem? So again, the Nurglings died because I consolidated into them. He's able to pile in, get onto the objective, and kill the Nurglings. So I don't have a CP, so I can't bring back the Nurglings. That was a big mistake. These guys fell back here. They're just chilling. They're probably going to die next turn. And that's the end of my turn. I did kill the Land Raider, so that was good. And now it's his go. So he falls back the Librarian. He falls back these guys. Everything else moves up. These guys get out of the transport. All the Meltas right here. He lines up everything to shoot the Death Shroud. He takes away cover from the Death Shroud. He tries to put some shots into this thing. All these guys shoot these guys with Oath. So they kill this 10-man Plague Bearer unit pretty easily. So he kills that unit. He gets 5 points for killing them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys left over here. And then he kills one Death Shroud and leaves one Death Shroud on one. So all the Meltas, I think I made 3 or 4 mortal wounds, or 3 or 4 saves with the 4 Invuln save. And without the Oath on them, it was harder to kill them. But yeah, so that was bad on that, because now I still have Death Shroud in the center to just kind of clear off whatever's left. Vulcan doesn't charge into the Death Shroud. I don't have any CP, so I can't counter. I have 0 CP because I spent the CP on the leadership strat. So Vulcan charges into the Plague Bearers, kills all but one Plague Bearer. So in my turn, I'm able to do the leadership test and bring back the Plague Bearers because he's within 12 inches of the Malignant Plaguecaster. And they're T6 because they're within 6 inches of the Great Unclean One. So I've left this guy right here to be within 6 inches and then within 12 inches. So you always want to kind of plan out your auras and making sure that you leave at least one guy within those auras to benefit from actually your list, right? So this guy's within 12 of this unit, within 12 of this unit. So since this guy lived, I'm able to bring back a Plague Bearer, which worked. So he passes leadership, brings back one guy. I fall back, pass my Desperate Escape, or I don't need a Desperate Escape. I pass the leadership, so I fall back, and then now I have 2 Plague Bearers in the center, right here. One lived. So I have 2 Plague Bearers that are about to fall back. I have my Death Shroud that move up. I have my Nurglings that move over. This unit charged in to the Heavy Blight Launcher, so I can't shoot them in combat because it's a blast weapon. But yeah, I line up everything. So I move up this guy this way to try and charge into these dudes. I move up the Malignant Plaguecaster unit to try and get the extra aura for the command shenanigans. I move up the Heavy Blight Launcher up here. Typhus runs forward. He physically can't see anybody because I only rolled a 1 on the advance. This guy fell back. These guys move up. Now I just unload both Heavy Blight Launchers into this Melta unit, because if I could take them off the table, that's a huge threat that I don't have to deal with. And they fucking murdered them. Dude, it wasn't even good. Like, AP 3 damage. They're all 3 wound models with like a 6-up save. So this one killed 4 of them himself. And then the other one finished off the last 3 going this way. So with the hitting on 4s because he had cover, this one hits on 5s because he was in combat. So I hit on 5s. I know this guy wasn't in cover, so I was able to see this guy fully. So I was only hitting on 4s because I was in combat, but full rerolls and lethal. So full rerolls, hitting on 4s, I hit like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, winning him 3 or 4 times. He fails 3 saves, kills 3 guys. Next guy picks him up the rest of the squad. It was insane. So I killed the entire unit with the character, gave me Assassinate. Vulcan now is right here, so I line up everything else to shoot Vulcan. The Flamers here shoot Vulcan. His Flamer shoots Vulcan. These guys, guns and Flamers shoot Vulcan. And then that's all the guns, and then we go to charging. So I charge in these Plague Bearers into these guys, and I make the charge, but I'm not able to get enough onto the objective. So I make the charge in. These guys charge into Vulcan. These guys fell back. He charges into them. These guys charge into them. They roll like a 12. So I'm able to tie up this tank, these guys, and that ATV all within 9 inches. And these guys fail their charge. So if they would have got in, that would have helped out a lot with the -1 aura. But I'm in a really good position right now because I'm about to kill. I killed his Melta guys, killed Vulcan's unit, killed his no deep strike within 12. And all he has left are this tank, 2 land speeders, Libby with 3 guys, and this unit, Uppy Downy, who's in combat right now. So after this charge, we kill Vulcan. We kill these guys. We tie up everything else. And that is the end of my turn. And these guys make the charge down here, but I can't get enough on the objective to steal it from him. So he still has primary with this. So his primary, all he has to do is hold this objective down here and then kill 1 unit, which he does every single turn. So his primary is very, very good in this setup for Purge the Foe. But it's a close game at this point. It's 33-35 me right now. So after this turn, he moves up, falls back with a bunch of stuff. He puts everything into my big guy with Oath. These guys fall back for a CP. So then he unloads everything onto this unit, takes them down to like 3 guys. So this unit's down to 3. Nurglings are tied up with the librarian unit. These 2 guys don't move, but they put everything into this guy. I think if the Melta guys were still alive, the Meltzes could have murdered this guy alone, but the Meltzes went into the Death Shroud, which was the better play. Failed to kill the Death Shroud, so now they got taken off the table, and now that's a huge threat I don't have to deal with. This guy lives on 1 wound. He then heals up to 3 wounds, and then I move up, and I think he overwatches. And after he overwatches, he realized that he doesn't have rerolls anymore with Overwatch, so I gave him the CP back, and he didn't have to Overwatch. But he lives. So he moves up, just camps here. Everybody else moves up. These guys move over. I look at, I think, this vehicle, and I just put both of the heavy blade launchers into this vehicle and murder this vehicle. No, we probably murder the other vehicle. Yeah, this vehicle. So we move over, look at this vehicle, and we just put everything into that vehicle and kill that vehicle pretty easily. And yeah, final board state is essentially right here. He did happen to finally kill the Great Unclean One. I have Typhus left in the center. I still have a heavy blade launcher here. I have a heavy blade launcher here with 1 wound, which he charges, tank shocks, and kills it. So he gets his 5 points on turn 5. He still has a small unit of the Librarian here that started on the table that had Uppy Downy. I have 1 Lord of Virulence left here. I have a 2, 4, 6, 8-man unit here with my Plague Marines, which are about to charge in and get me behind enemy lines. The Lord of Virulence has behind enemy lines, and I have my Poxwalkers who didn't really move all game, still on this objective up here. Tallyman's still alive on my objective as well, and this is the end board state right here. And then we talk it out and kind of go over like what we learned about 11th edition with the differences from 10th and 11th. I tell him with a lot of the other opponents that I play, especially Tal, that people have to really take advantage of the pile-in and consolidate step, because a lot of people are just kind of like staying where they are because they're so used to being base and not being able to move. But now with 11th edition, when you charge in, you're basically only able to, you can basically just tag 1 guy and then pile in everybody else an extra 3 inches before they get to move, and then that's an extra 3-inch movement, and then during the consolidate phase, whatever you kill, you can then consolidate 3 more inches even further. So using those extra movement throughout the game is a lot of inches added up. So final game, we finished up 97 to 78. 78 loss is insane in 11th edition, because his primary, all he has to do is hold the expansion, which he held every single turn, and kill one of his targets, which is 9 points every single turn. So 9 times, what, 5, 45 points. So he basically maxes out primary almost every single game. The secondary is really what hurt, because a lot of secondaries he wasn't in the position to do it, even behind enemy lines, defend stronghold, engage in all fronts, all that stuff. He just wasn't able to get past the mid board, which is what my list was all about. It's all about holding objectives, making stuff sticky, being high OC, getting within 6 inches and charging, and just being tanky. So that was the list that I built, and I really liked it. I don't know if there's anything that I would change about it. You can change the Lord of Virulence for a Lord of Contagion. I like the full rerolls on the heavy bullet launchers because they actually performed so fucking well in this game. And maybe dropping the Plague Marines down to a 5-man and adding like another character somewhere else. So it would like be tweaking a little points here and there, but nothing major. I really like this list. I think it could perform in a GT. And I wish we had Taken Hold. So I might make a Virulent Victorum list and play that as a Taken Hold, because I think that's our only Taken Hold option. But I think Taken Hold with Death Guard are going to be fucking really strong. So we'll test that out. But his changes, he's deciding on what to run for LSO, Lone Star Open, coming up in a week. But waiting for the data sheet to drop, hopefully by Monday, because that's when lists are due. And then we'll realize what we're going to be running for LSO. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. If you'd like this type of battle report, these are going to be coming out specifically for Patreons and members. So definitely stay tuned for that and go support us over there. Plus, in the description below, there's the access to the book, which is actually, I think he put it on the table at one point. So the new book, right there. So Tabletop Gaming in the description below. Go check that out. Support Keevil over there. And if you guys are interested in any of the merch, go check out the merch store in the description below. But guys, I really appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over. But these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run a Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the Patreon, that'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get if you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setup that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons. You guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.